What's up, traders? Welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, your trading coach. I will be doing a complete live trading session, live analysis, live discussion that we are doing every Monday to Friday. Today is the last day of trading week. As you have seen in our pre-London session, we had a trade on gold, which in fact has given us good profit. And I'm looking forward to have another one. Yesterday also in this live session, we had an incredible trade also given us a profit. Let's look at, we are spending amazing trading week, incredible, as you have seen, you guys also are here witnessed. So let's look at today, see what's happening in the market. Make sure guys you stick till the end. Always keep an open mind to learn and grow as a trader. So let's begin. Don't hesitate to ask any question. There's a live chat available. Try to cover all the answers, questions coming on the table. Okay, so thank you very much. So let's look at today's session, what we can find. And Friday and Monday are the most profitable day for me, along with many other days, because these are the 2 days are very volatile. Later today, 1 a.m. in my time, which is around 3 hours from now, Powell will speak, so the market might get a little bit of a volatile. So let's see how it does. Let's look at one by one. First of all, I will be looking at gold. Now before I begin, guys, make sure that you give a big thumbs up, smash it, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. So we saw that gold, after this candle close on in the London session time, gold has a strong drop again. It in fact started to manipulate to the upside, and then the price started to drop. This is the daily chart. As you know, that the first thing I look at is daily chart in instrument. Now from the daily perspective on gold, we see that this is a strongly bearish market. With this movement from this point on, gold has a massive drop. You have seen back to back 3 days massive drop, where you saw that breakout candle on the daily, middleman, another bearish candle. Now today so far gold is on pullback to the upside, and then we saw some again lower time frame downside coming. So let's see on the lower time frame which way we can trade. Now 4 hour, which is a bearish price action here we saw so far. Once the market, the candle closed on 4 hour, we saw that immediate drop on gold. Now if we look at the 1 hour chart, we see that gold again started to drop. Now I will be looking at 5 minutes. Why? Because this is the time that normally it's my entry time. Bigger picture, we saw that gold is down. Smaller picture, we see gold in fact starting with this resistance zone. Gold from this level again has a drop. Now if you closely look at what we see, that gold has formed a pattern that is a kind of consolidation, but at the same time is decelerating towards the downside. Now we see that gold from this 5 minutes perspective, let's look at 15 minutes as well, and I'll be looking at 1 hour also. There is a bit more manipulation here. You can see that gold in fact in this 1 hour time frame, with this touch of 20 EMA, the price has dropped, and then there's a lot of consolidation in that area, and then finally the price has been able to break towards the downside. I think that now we could see the downside a bit, because it's a bigger picture bearish always. How do you look at the bigger? Let's do like that, and what you see that gold is in downtrend, right? This is the key points here. Looking at the trend, okay, so this is the downtrend on gold, and with that downtrend, the price from the 1 hour perspective is consolidating along this area. Now with that consolidation, we see that gold in fact tested this resistance level and then has broken towards the downside. Now for me, what I think, that because it has done a lot of manipulation along this area, I think that gold might drop a bit to the downside. And we could see, if you look at the daily, this is the daily opening and closing, one area. The other is the previous day's low. Okay, so there are two probability now for gold, is that gold might be coming down today later, which is a probability for me. We could see that gold has dropped to this daily support level as well as in this zone. So there are two zones which is nearing, but I think that we could see a retest of this level, even breaking this low, and then might be we could see the reversal coming up. So there is a Powell is speaking later today, and we might see a bit more volatility in the market. So if I look at the 1 hour, and this is why I see that potential downside in that area. Okay, so we see from the 5 minutes time frame, yeah, so this is the 5 minutes, and you can see this is structure here, which is which is kind of consolidation, and the price highly likely we could see a breakdown here. Okay, so to take this move to the downside on gold, you can see the market has formed a head and shoulder and then has dropped in that direction. What I think that I want to see first is break to the upside. Okay, grab enough liquidity, and then we'll be able to see a bit more downside that can give us a very nice looking selling opportunity on the lower time frame if we find that, which is a very likely to happen. And this is a smart money area. If I draw it a little bit downside, this is a smart money area where the smart money bought gold and the price has went to the upside. Now if you are not sure what is in a smart money area, let me know in the chat so that I can explain more. And I think that I want to see unusual break to the upside and then break to the downside. You see this one we traded in the pre-London session live from here, and it has gone exactly to the point, and then again started to drop towards the downside. Now it is a bit a gap here. We might see initially a break to the upside, which is very likely to happen because it formed a W here or double bottom. We might see a break to grab liquidity, and then we could see that gold has drop in that direction. So far 2 dodges on the 5 minutes, which is so you could see a bit more upside, but I will not be a buyer at the moment. Looks like the price is forming bearish price action. So any movement to the upside, after we see the potential trading opportunity, we look for selling gold. Alright guys, hopefully that you are enjoying. Let me know in the chat how you are doing with your trading, and I'm sure that you enjoyed yesterday's live, today's live, and every day. Let me know in the chat you are enjoying that. Mathu, you're here. Thank you very much, Mathu. Good evening. Hello Michael. Hello Don. Thank you very much. Gilbert. Yeah, good morning boss. It's doing that, breaking to the upside. Aussie yen and Usdjpy is still going up extremely. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I see that. Rizban, good day coach. Rizban, thank you very much. Okay, so I want to see gold giving us an impressive price action, either for especially for selling, and then we can look for potential from the 1 hour. What I see that gold is this is a middleman on the 1 hour, and very highly likely we should be able to see some first some break to the upside, fake out, and then we could see that downside movement. Okay, so yeah, so very good question. It's fair enough that to have a little bit of dilemma. I'll explain that. Thanks for letting me know. Smart money area is, so firstly, and I think that most of you know what is a smart money area. So smart money area means that where the smart money buying and selling in the market. Okay, so what is a smart money? Smart money is the money that move the market. Okay, so as a retail trader, we cannot make a big move in the market. We might be little bit move, we might be able to contribute in little movement, but the bigger mover is the smart money. For example, when you see this kind of movement, these are smart money movement, and smart money normally doesn't buy or sell that we do randomly or in any place. They only do in a specific area. Let me tell you a bit more clearer information of smart money. I do have quite a few YouTube videos on that, and I will be releasing more in the future, so make sure guys you stay subscribed in the channel so that you can access and that quickly explain, and in detail more I will separately create videos on a smart money. Let's say market is trending like that, okay, creating series of lower high and lower low. Now as you know that the trend will never move in one direction. So how does the trend reverse? Trend reverse in some way, quite a few ways. You'll see the trend either reverse like that, a big move down and then big move up and then like that, okay, and then change of trend. There is one way it happens. The other way trend changes is like this. So creating series of lower high and lower low downtrend, and then you might see a double bottom like that, breakout, retest, and then change of trend. Okay, so this is how the market moves. Or maybe any kind of reversal. Let's say a market creating series of higher high, higher low. At some point you might see the market has formed a head and shoulder and then has break down and change its trend. Now when you see this situation, so when the market changes its trend, you will see a zone on the twist point where in the reversal either it's a double bottom, double top, head and shoulder, you will see the market will leave a very detectable point where the market changed trend and then tested this level and then immediately has gone up. I'll show you example. So if you look at this one here, you can see that you'll see that unusual point in the market. This doji is a neckline of this. So how do you know when this kind of movement starts? Okay, this movement will tell you that the smart money bought. Now why didn't I pick this location or this location? Why did I pick? Because of the movement is telling me. Now the way the market has moved here is where the market in fact moved very aggressively. So there has been something happen here. That's why the market moves in that aggressive way, and this is where the smart money bought. And when you see this kind of reversal, look for the neckline. This is the neckline where the smart money bought. So this is a demand area, okay, as well as supply area. So this point is where they were interested to sell, has gone down, broken to the upside. Now this zone, if you look at this trend here, you see this level is where there was a huge demand from buyers. They bought and the market So this is where the smart money bought, consolidated. Okay, they again, you know, grab liquidity. There has been another block of order. So how does a smart money trade? That they normally cannot, you know, randomly open buy or sell like us. They normally need to place the order in a block. So they put an order and they took profit, has come to the zone. Again they place another block and the price is, you know, consolidating now in that area. So the next point, because it was a supply area, okay, pardon me, demand area, that level highly likely should be checked as a demand zone, and in that case we might see a break of this zone and then again bullish move along with this trend line, which is a very high probability to happen. Okay, so this is how we look at the smart money. Now smart money zone, you will see that normally the market never leave this kind of zone unchecked when it is in an imbalance. So you'll see that never means at some point, it doesn't guarantee that now it will come to test, but at some point it come to test that level and then the price, because this is where the bought, so there is still demand here, and if it breaks down you'll see the market will come down to test that, and again buyers will buy from here. So this is how we look at smart money area. Now let me see that what the price is trying to do here. Okay, so this is the 5-minute chart on gold, and in the meantime let me look at other pairs as well. Let me know which one you are trading, guys. Kulan, thank you. Trevor, hi, good morning from Jamaica, thank you very much. Good day, boss. Please can you mention the areas in the figure like 1982, 90, etc., because we can't see the value. Okay, we'll be looking at that, no problems, thank you very much. I think you see the value 1957.4. I think, you know, the best way is, you know, I never look at the price value, because price value actually doesn't matter. In fact, the most important here, the price action. Let's say if I tell you the 2000, you know, 1960, it's very fair to think that way because it's a price level to remember, but I mostly look at the price action. So there is a difference between price value and price action. Price value or the price level is just a number that may not have much impact on how the price will move, but the price action is a registry of the transaction between the buyers and sellers, which is the most important part here. Emmanuel, thank you very much, Emmanuel. What about GBP? We'll be looking at that. Janams, yep, there is a Fed chair after 2 hours. Yeah. Powell will speak after 2 hours. You know, we might see, we can expect huge volatility. DXY is going down. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Aussie yen, yep, can you check? Afternoon, sir, from Nigeria. Yep, we'll be looking at that as well. So we looked at this one. Let's look at a bit more bigger picture on. So let's draw this one here on the 4 hour. Okay, looking at the US30 in the meantime. Okay, so US30 exactly expected in the analysis is down. That you can see the price has come down, didn't break the low, but you know, the previous one has a massive liquidity from the support, and the next one we saw that after testing this level, now pushing to the upside. As you can see, NASDAQ was bullish in US30 is following that. In US30 you can see that this is a a massively bullish price action. Okay, we saw yesterday, you have seen that when we were doing this live, this is what we discussed, that US30 is likely to be bullish, and did that, and then the price has formed this structure, has come back down, test. This is where the smart money area, see, this is the neckline of this reversal here, and this dodgy top is where the smart money, this is a very important level, and we saw that the price has come down to test that zone, and then we saw another bullish move, multiple time liquidity. Again, we see the price action is pushing high. I think that US30 highly likely will break this resistance level, and because there is an imbalance in that zone, we could see potential movement on US30. Okay, if we look at the 15 minutes chart, we see that this market is currently significantly bullish. So you can see US30 from the 1 hour as well, there is a potential for movement to the upside, and there is a see this long week candle is an imbalance, and we could see that US30 is going up and breaking this resistance zone. Okay, so let's see. In the meantime, news coming. Okay, is gold going to the 1980? Okay, so we looked at US30, WTI. We see that WTI also showing bullish pattern here. Okay, so that from the daily, WTI also has formed a double bottom here, has broken to the upside, tested the neckline of this double bottom, exactly this previous resistance, turn support, and we see the market is again moving towards the upside. Now if we look at the weekly on WTI, we see that on the market opening, the price started to move to the upside, and I think that WTI now might go a bit more to the upside because it started to reverse. We could see that this is the weekend and this is the weekly candle. I think the WTI will try to break this high. Okay, but at the same time, it's facing a resistance level. Let me see. If we look at the monthly, look from the bigger picture perspective, WTI, if I look at the monthly, this is the third week of the month, right? There is, after this one, we still have 10 days, that means the last week, and then there is another 3 days of the last of the month. So basically, you see this is the long week candle on the monthly on WTI. I think that the market will go up, okay, highly likely, and we might see again after testing this zone again another downside is possible. So from the weekly, if we look at, we could see a retest of this level. I think this is a very high probability, as there is a gap opening. You see this is the resistance zone, bigger picture, which is turning also resistance here, and highly likely WTI might test this level, and so you could see potential for further uprise. And we saw there was a long consolidation along this area, breakout, has come back down again, tested this important previous resistance, turn support, double bottom, has broken to the upside, and we could see the market is slowly moving up. So WTI is potentially bullish market so far for me. NZD and we will be looking at that. Okay, so firstly let's go back to gold. We see that there has been breakdown already. Okay, we saw that as expected there is a bearish candle. Okay, let's see how it does. I think gold, you see that already after grabbing liquidity, now the price started to move, and for me, you know, gold, yeah, so you could see that market now coming to that smart money area. This is what exactly in the beginning started, as I mentioned, that it might break to the upside, grab liquidity, and could continue to drop. Guys, give a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. You know, we are having an amazing trading weekend days. So you see that in our pre-London session we had a gold trade, and you know, we had one closed, you know, on the entry, the other one is profit. And you know, this week also I will be releasing result tomorrow. Incredible trading week, and if you want to be part of that, then also I will invite you to join us. You have seen all our live trades that we are doing. If you want to be part of this trading community, then guys, don't hesitate to join us. Link in the description area. You will be seeing all the trades that we are running, as well as you can access all the trading tools that we have. We do have quite a few trades. AUD CAD, you can see this one. So AUD CAD, if you look at this bigger picture, this one we closed yesterday with 221 reward to risk. Exactly, this is also in the beginning, you have seen that. And we do have quite a few trades along with gold and many others, so make sure guys you check out. Now what I see that in the on the 4-hour time frame, this candle is closing 1 hour 25 minutes, guys. For me, this one looks like that it is closing as a bearish engulfer, and I think that gold might have another wave of drop. The way I see the price action is still highly bearish, and we could see that gold may break this support level. Okay, this is the support here, and we could see that gold may break this support again. So there is a very high probability for further drop. Now from the 30 minutes, this is a bearish candle. The structure looks like that. Okay, 15 minutes candle, which has a significant liquidity from the top, and the price action looks like that is still bearish on this time frame. Very interesting. Okay, so the price is going up to test this level, which is very healthy in a trending market. Okay, so it might do some up and down. Let me see what it is trying to do. So from the 15 minutes after breaking this low, we saw that there is a little bit of rejection to the upside. Okay, so there is a still forming bearish price action. Okay, this might be coming to that level. Very weak doji, which is a possible selling pressure. Alright guys, I think that gold will sell off. Let's see how it goes. Coach gold moving aggressively down. Yep, looks like that we should be able to see. I want to see, you know, it grabbed a very strong liquidity from the top, and then I'll look for opportunity. Okay, this is the 15 minutes candle. There is a, from the 5 minutes, this is the channel that has broken. Okay, so you should be able to see that the market so there is a possible the market is forming it might grab a little more liquidity from the top. Okay, still is, you see, this is the support level of the channel, which has not been tested properly as a resistance. Let's see how it does. You know, the from the 4 hour, this is a bearish engulfer, and there is a high probability this price later today should be towards the downside. Okay, so this 15 minutes candle is a middleman, a bearish candle. After this liquidity grab, prices come down well below, and so ultimately it's heading to that level where there is the smart money area, which is the price from that. So this is a local breakdown now. Okay, so it could, I want to see it tested this properly, this support as resistance. It may do, may not do. There's already a liquidity gap here. Okay, so let's see if we find that good trading opportunity we'll be looking at. Otherwise, let's be patient. There's a news coming up and we'll be looking at again on that. Let me see in the meantime. Rich, good morning, coach. What are your thoughts on AUD USD today? Also, thank you for all the help. Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. Got the dump. Yeah. Thank you, coach, for explaining. No problems, Rich. Also, what do you think about the news at 10 CST? Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Thank you very much. We see that. Okay, so there is a doji on the 5 minutes. I think this forming this price action here, trying to form a liquidity price action. So let's see what it is trying to do. Even it could go up again to test the resistance. If it goes up there, okay, if it managed to reach that 1966-67 level, in case, that will be an awesome selling opportunity again. Let's see, because you see it form a lower high here. We might see short-term movement to the upside before this candle close. We could see a rise to that zone and then coming back down, okay, which is possible. Anything can happen, sometime. Until I jump on a trade, it's all all about what I can say, that a prediction that could come, could not come true. So make sure that you understand how the analysis is working out, or how I'm explaining. Please don't take literally what I'm saying and then jumping on a trade, because when I jump on a trade, I call it that I'm going to buy or sell, but the rest of the things, it just we are looking at. And even when I'm opening the position, I only strictly recommended everyone, please open in a demo account. You saw that my trade most of the time goes in the direction, also goes in wrong direction also. So make sure that, guys, you always manage the risk. Even in the demo account, it's a habit. You can learn the proper risk management, and then the goal here is to help everyone so that they can learn trading. So keep a learning mindset, because trading is in fact freedom, isn't it? It's freedom. For those who are profitable knows that actually trading can give you a big freedom in life, which is very, very possible, because at the end of the day, you are spending a lot of time so that you can learn it. And this is the important part here, is to focus on learning and to stay in this game of trading. Risk management is the key, and also learning the risk management. How many of you are not sure about the risk management? Let me know in the chat. This risk management is very, very important. I will give you some tips today about the risk management, and as well as a strong trading psychology, which is very important as a trader to be profitable. Let's see how it is evolving here. In the meantime, before this 4-hour candle is still 1 hour 11 minutes remaining, there has been a significant move. Let's see how the rest of the move is going on. So looking at the DXY, guys, DXY will give us a clearer direction in the market, because we'll be looking at all the USD pair based on the DXY. Now if we look at the monthly in this market, so from the monthly perspective, we see that DXY is currently bullish market. Now it's coming down for a deeper pullback. Now DXY is in fact bigger picture. DXY is bullish. If you look at this price action here, okay, so there's a long wick candle along this zone, and we saw that after previous monthly lower high, DXY this month after little pullback has a bounce. Now because it's a long-term bull market, we might see DXY moving to the upside again, but so far we saw from this zone the price is coming down for a deeper pullback. Now if we look at the weekly, we see that from the weekly perspective, this is the bullish candle on the weekly. So far this current candle has gone up. Exactly, this is what expected in the weekly forex forecast as well, exactly to that zone we saw from this previous resistance here, support down resistance, pullback coming. Now with that pullback, I think that we might see this weekly candle, this is the last day of trading week, we might see some downside on DXY. Now downside means the pullback. Okay, so if we look at this daily price action, we see that from the daily today the price couldn't break the high. Instead, from this this is a very important level, this doji support down resistance, we see that rejection. So from the 4-hour, for me this candle looks to me that it's a kind of reversal pattern. Normally reversal happen that way, because it's weekend. What I think that we might see DXY later might come down to break this. So if we draw the level on the weekly, this is the weekly support, okay, and if we look at the daily, previous swing high, resistance down support, I think that DXY today and later we might see lower time frame downside, and it might break this swing low, and next week we might see another attempt from the buyer here. So if you look at the weekly, this is the weekly support level, and I think that next week we might see that DXY again moving up. So from the 4-hour, we see that DXY, there's a series of lower highs being created, long wick candle along the zone, and with that long wick candle the price has grabbed so far significant liquidity. I think it may come to break this low here, because there is a liquidity. As you know, the price moves from liquidity to liquidity. If you know where the liquidity, it becomes much easier for you to understand how the price moves. Now let's say for those who has have a GPS, you know that when you look at the map, you know from this city to that city, and you see the road map. Similarly, it's like a chart. If you know where the liquidity, it feels like you are looking at the GPS where you can see the map in the market. So this is why this weekend I will be releasing also tomorrow how to map the chart based on liquidity. Guys, don't miss out that video. Make sure that you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Probably you are on the channel for a long time, forgot to subscribe. So I'll give it 2 seconds for everyone so that everyone help the channel by giving a thumbs up. And also once you subscribe, all the content will be in your homepage. Maybe probably you haven't watched for years, but very important, so make sure you do that. Thank you very much. Awesome. So you see that DXY might come to this liquidity zone, and from that level we could see that the market again bouncing to the upside. For me, in the short term perspective, we could see the DXY coming down. Thank you very much. NAS coach, yeah, absolutely coach. GBPJPY, yeah, trade management will be discussing. Aftab, good evening sir, great live session, God bless you. Thank you very much, Aftab. Thanks for being here. Now, okay, before that, let me look at the gold again. So you see that gold is still keeping towards the downside. Okay, so we saw a couple of dodges. So this price action, what I see that it is bearish price action. Okay, so there is a important resistance level here, which is the liquidity zone. See how it is doing. Okay, so the way I see gold here, let me see. Okay, we see the 4-hour candle close coming in all the pairs. We will be looking at gold later. This is the 1-hour chart, which is also closing as a middleman. 15-minute is also bearish candle. Let's see. Okay, so this is a manipulation coming to the upside. So there's a candle close coming. Let me see. Okay, CHFJPY, you can see that this trade we have opened last week, which we closed earlier, but it was 3 to 1 risk to reward. We saw this price has crossed that already. Let me see Euro GBP, because there is a candle close coming. Let me see what they are doing. Now Euro JPY, after liquidity grab from this level, we saw that Euro JPY has a massive move. Now this is a perfect implication of our TF strategy. As you can see, this is a tool that I use to find out the trading opportunity in the market. This is our TF strategy at work. This is one of my favorite trading strategies that I use when I trade the market. Now if you want to learn the TF strategy, also trade with us, receive all the trades that we are trading, you can find a link in the description area. You can visit the website. This one you can access from your student dashboard. If you are our lifetime member, go to your student dashboard and let me know when you see all the information. Euro JPY, we saw that if you look at the bigger picture from the daily, it crossed this dodgy's low from the daily perspective and then has broken to the upside again. From the bigger picture, if you look at the weekly, we see that Euro JPY has a massive rejection to the upside. From the monthly, the price from this previous resistance turn support has a in fact a very strong rejection. If you look at the daily, this is where we see the price has grabbed liquidity, and this is the last day of trading week. What I think that Euro JPY may continue to rise in the upcoming week as well, and I think in that move the price might be reaching that level where there is a high liquidity area. So Euro JPY looks to me bullish. Let me see all the instrument that has closed with the candle on the 4-hour time frame. So GJ has broken to the upside, completely broken the previous swing high, and this is the monthly price action. If you look at the weekly, you can see that GBP/JPY from the weekly has broken all this level to the upside, and because it's a very strongly bullish market, impulse correction, we could see GBP/JPY is just moving to the upside. From the daily, we saw that after this day doji, the price has come down here, created a higher low, and then started to move towards the upside. So you can see that from the lower time frame, GBP/JPY is respecting this dynamic support, this dynamic trend line, and has broken to the upside. Means that we could see potentially movement to the upside. Let me see, all those has closed the candle. Okay, dollar yen again has formed a bullish price action. So dollar yen, you can remember that day we had a trade on I think the day before yesterday. Dollar yen, this is the live trade. The TP2 also hit on that trade. The TP1 we closed during the live session, and TP2 we hit later. It's a very 3-to-1 successful trade, guys. If you can't remember, I can bring that trade in the front, because what's really worked out this kind of trade to look at, if you if you are keen to learn trading and grow as a trader, then I would recommend you to look at this kind of trade, that is live trade, YouTube live, and let's analyze that one, and then we'll be looking at where we have that trade that we have now. Dollar yen trade, you can see this is the entry at 137.85. okay, we entered in this live session, and stop loss 136.82, and TP2 was at 138.29. okay, now we traded this one on 5-minute chart, probably remember that, and this is where we saw that, you know, dollar yen was forming an inverted head and shoulder. We were in live and discussing that, and from that zone, after creating that inverted head and shoulder, the price in fact didn't look back, went completely to the upside. Now going back to the 4-hour, what did I look at on that trade? Let's look at that one so that guys, you know exactly what's happening here. So dollar yen, if you look at this doji, okay, we saw that when this doji has formed, this is where the trade was called. Now what did I look at? Three things, keep in mind that three secret of, okay, so gold, let me see, a little bit of upside which is expected. Okay, so this upside is a, looks to me it's a manipulation. Okay, so we see that gold once the 1-hour candle closed, you saw this bullish move, and it is now important to see, because as I mentioned, it formed this lower high with this long wick. Now it's going up for, you know, another movement to the upside. So from the 4-hour, this is the 4-hour opening and closing zone, we could see a retest of this level. Let's see how it does. If it is a manipulation, we could see that the price even dropping from that level, okay, which is also a very highly likely. Let me see. Keep that on. We might see that movement. It just perfectly tested this trend line. This we're discussing, that this support is still not fully there. So keep that on, we'll be looking at that later. Okay, so we were discussing about the dollar yen. So dollar yen, let's go back to that trade and we'll come back again, guys, keep eye. So this is the 4-hour. You know, as I mentioned, that the main goal here is to give you the right trading education so that you can use that. You know, I struggled a lot when I started trading. From that place it is created so that you guys can get benefit from it. So you can see that dollar yen, starting with that, this is the couple of minutes ago there was a question that smart money, this is the smart money zone, this is the previous resistance turn support here, okay, and from that smart money area forming this inverted head and shoulder, dollar yen has broken to the upside, consolidated, and then grab liquidity with this bullish candle. Again the market is, you know, aggressively bullish. Now why did I look at dollar yen instead of any other. That day was I mentioning that dollar yen was very strongly bullish. Okay, now what key points that I looked at, let's replay the chart here. Okay, this is most people might be thinking to sell from that zone, but I bought. Why? Because the trend. There are 3 secrets of market reading: is market structure, liquidity, and price action. So what is the market structure? When these 3 aligning in the same direction, you can find the best probable trade in the market. So what is the market structure on dollar yen? Is bullish. How do you know? If you look at the series of higher high, higher low, which is a bullish market structure. Now what is the price action? This price action, you can see that health of the candles will tell you which way the market might be heading, and the liquidity, which way the market is taking liquidity. Okay, now if you look at the dollar yen price action, you see that from which way the market is grabbing liquidity is very important, because the market normally will move always opposite direction of the liquidity trigger. The reason is very simple, because when the liquidity is triggered, there is a huge volume comes in the market and the price shoot up in the opposite direction. So you can see the dollar yen, firstly with this red candle, there is a huge liquidity trigger. The price in fact has broken that level as well. Okay, created a lower high, and then we saw this liquidity trigger and the market started to move with this long middleman, and the price started to push in that direction. And now that this is why I choose that. The reason I have chosen this candle is because, see, apart from what I said, there is something, there is a non-verbal language also available in the market. Non-verbal, sometimes it looks like a bit more intuitive things, but along with the strategy, because something you cannot define, always keep in mind, intelligent people always don't listen what they say, what someone says. They always read between the lines. So to understand the price action, you always need to follow everything. At the same time, you also need to see something beyond, read something in between, and that's how you can become the smarter than the smartest. Because trading is difficult, but at the same time very easy. Difficult for those who who are normally trades, but easy if I know that we all have that capability to be a great trader. Because that 90% retail trader lose their account money, but once you know that how to make money, you have to become smarter than the smartest. So here something that you can see in these candles that probably a regular trader doesn't look at it. What do you see here? Can you tell me what is the specialty in those candles? I want to see that how do you guys looking at the chart. I know that many of you will come up with a good answer, but repeating will really help you also to understand. Also it helps me also. I also learn a lot of things from you guys. My greatest learning came when I started to mentor. There is a saying that fire and knowledge increases when you give it to the others. So this is exactly the real truth. So let's look at that. Is what do you look at in that zone when you look at this price action? Write something on the chat. Let's see how you guys are looking at that. can I sell? Okay, gold is confusing now. Yeah, little bit. I think not confusing. It just has gone up for a liquidity cat. Hello, coach. Why only 5% of traders make money and 95% lose money? Very relevant, good question, Emmanuel. We'll come to that point. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Can that be head and shoulders? So 30 minutes gold, we'll be looking at that. In the meantime, guys, there's a link given on the live chat for EverTrade. So EverTrade is our recommended broker. If you're looking for a regulated broker, make sure you can use that link. If you want to use the EverTrade, they're regulated broker. So click the link, register for free, and you can start your trading journey with even a smaller amount, and they are regulated, so anytime you can deposit, withdraw. 100% secure broker. So make sure that if you're looking for that kind of broker, you can use that. Momentum, very good. One red, two green, very good. Like invert hook, amazing. So momentum, I see that bull candle, that high, very good. Block, bullish momentum, open. Yep, thank you very much. The strength of the circle, the strength of the candle, Elizabeth, price opened at the previous. Okay, very good. You know, everyone answered is right, but there is a little bit of upside. There is one answer that came from Elizabeth, a little bit of closer. That what you guys said, absolutely right, because that's how the market is normally read. But there is something also more, little bit, that also you can add it to your answer. Is this is what, you know, if you look at the candles, the strength of the candle, this is in fact, if you see, look at this candle here, you see, this is what I was telling, that reading between the line, this is something you cannot define by any kind of a strategy, or you cannot, you know, explain with any language. It's a visual reading that you can do. See this candle on dollar yen. This is the 4-hour candle. What is the significant in this candle will tell you everything what's happening on the other side. And this is the real strategy that you can learn, because as I mentioned, that no one can give you a formula to understand this. It's only human brain can interpret, because we have a, you know, frontal lobe that is incredibly powerful. Only human have that, and you can use that to process that information. So that's why only verbally I can explain to you. So what is the significance in this candle? See this one here, very smaller wick, and look at the top here, a bit more longer, and see the candle is a sharp candle. Now what's the significance of this smaller wick at the bottom? Why it is important, and what is it important here? This smaller wick at the bottom represents that as soon as this candle, there was a jump on the market. Like, you know, imagine, like I did a lot of imagination practice when it really helps. You know, Einstein said that imagination is more important than knowledge, okay, than logic. Logic will take you from A to B, but imagination will take you wherever you want to go. It's not about arts or science, is everywhere applicable. So if you look at this candle, there are thousands of millions of traders. As soon as this candle closed, they jumped on the market and the price started to rise up. So this smaller wick represents that there was no selling pressure in the market, and because there was no selling pressure, there's a huge buying happen. The market start highly likely will rise up again, and it's not the other way around, because the more buyer, the stronger the market will go. And you see this smaller can, a week, if it doesn't have any week, let's say a full body green, I would really hesitate. Normally force breakout happen that way, but also that's fine. Most importantly, the health of the candle, that is the thing that I looked at when I made my trading decision. There are many things that I can share with you guys, so it's not a one-day game, it's a test. But once you learn, you can build up career around trading along with strong trading psychology. If you want to learn the strategy the way I do in the VIP as well, you can join us, link in the description area, because in this live session sometimes time is limited. There is a back testing, as well as there's a lot of rules of the strategies also you can learn to grow as a trader. So I will invite you to join us, link in the description. And this is where the dollar yen trade was open, and we saw that the price has in fact moved in that direction. Thank you. So let's move forward on. We see which way the market likely to be heading. Now looking at the gold again, going back to the 5 minutes time frame. So you saw that that was a liquidity grab. And looking at the 1 hour again, okay, so from the 30 minutes, okay, so looks to me there is still probability to drop the way the price action is formed, but still not, I'm not too much impressed with that yet. Now I'm a bit, the price action is sometimes find a hard time to satisfy me, but I do open a lot of trade, you have seen that. But want to see my setup, and then we'll jump on a trade as soon as we will find. Let's look at other instrument in the meantime. Very good, Moises, that's awesome. Zofia middleman, very good, Zofia, you're to the point. Looks like that gold might go to no very strong bullish movement. Yep, very good, thank you. So gold looks to me that now it's trying to form that bearish candle. So you saw there is a liquidity gap here. I think now it's trying to break towards the downside. Okay, so you see this it's forming a very strong bearish price action along this zone. The only thing here, so this is a smart money area. Okay, still there is a probability for further liquidity grab at the top. Okay, still there is, because you see this one here, the price was moving in that channel, and if you look at that, so that level, this support and resistance, there is a manipulation here, but it's not fully there. Okay, so we'll be looking at that. Yeah, that's what I say. So what about EuroCAD? You'll be looking at that. What support to get from Eva? Yeah, very good. Trevor, you can get all kinds of support that a broker will do. Okay, will give you a lot of educational content anytime, 24-hour customer support. Okay, so very good question. How will find a smart money zone? We'll be looking at that. I see on gold a lot of selling pressure with, yep, that's what we see, that on gold we see potential selling pressure. So in the meantime, I had a question from Emmanuel that we can discuss on that. So I had a question, why do, okay, so we see that this one now, yeah, so if 34 minutes remaining for this candle on the 4-hour, if it managed to reach nearly half of this above this candle, will be selling again. So let it break towards the upside first. Okay, so there was a question that 90% trader lose money, only 10% make money. What could be the reason? You see the technical analysis, okay, most trader after little bit of practice everyone can grasp, because technical analysis is technically not that much of difficult, because we all are very knowledgeable, have a very good understanding, educated. The only difference makes with, let's say, if the trading is fully mechanical and fully, what I can say, that technical basis, then you would say that 100 out of 100 trader would make money, or not 100 out of 100, it's impossible. Let's take it that way, that now 90% retail trader lose money. That would be that 10% retail trader lose money, 90% retail trader would make money. Okay, if it is only technical. So then what makes it the difference in terms of trading is the rest of the hurdle comes from trading psychology. 90% retail trader lose money because of not having proper trading psychology and proper guidance, proper education. Now strategy is very, very important, and even if you have a strategy, let's say you have a very good trading psychology, you have a very good trading mentality, but you don't have a strategy, still you could lose money, because without a strategy, no matter how good you are, you'll not be able to find the right entry opportunity. So this is a combination. Now if I give you a car, let's say a driving car, okay, a super car, okay, supersonic, like a air jet. The only thing I didn't give a 2 mirror here, okay, just 2 mirror. That's it. You can't see the blind spot. Will you drive that car? No, right? Because this 2 mirror is a very small part of the car in comparison with the whole car, but it will make the car completely useless. Similarly, without a strategy, trading is like that. At the same time, without trading psychology, having a car means you have a car, but you don't have a driver, or you don't know how to drive it. So you need a driver, and you need a car, and you need the mirror also. This is how a complete package of becoming traders. So this is why mostly most retail trader is because of the trading psychology. We'll discuss more, and this is the least important is given by many retail trader. But if you truly want to be a profitable, you need to, you know, bind together every facet of this trading psychology, technical analysis, having a good trading strategy, and then proper guidance and little bit of experience, patience, and you can become consistently profitable trader. So let me see what it is trying to do here. Okay, so let me see on the live chat, guys. Hopefully that you are enjoying. Main reason is over trading, trying to win back the losses. It's a very, very understandable, Roderick. You know, I had, you know, some people had bad trading psychology, right? I had the worst trading psychology. I suffered a lot, and you know, it's the way it is. You know, you have to accept it, and when you accept, you in fact transcend, and it becomes easier. So how do you might say then how does it work with is that, you know, anything. So you see that this liquidity candle might now break the gold to the downside. So it's all about coming to, you know, being a trader. It's coming to be not quitting. Okay, this is the key points here. Keep in mind, as long as you don't quit, you are a winner. Okay, so whatever the situation, if you hang on, if you stick to the game, literally you will make it. Exactly. You know why? Because you need an experience. You see that a little child, when it started to walk, okay, the child that started to walk, that child probably doesn't know any language, not much, and don't know anything. What does the child does is try to walk and then fall down. Once the child fall down, stand up, and then the brain literally register what happened, and it become resilient to that. And next time the brain knows that this is how you have to create a balance, otherwise you will fall down. That's it. That's the simplest way to explain it. So once you know how not to quit, you make it. Okay, it's all about your will to continue. Then Friedrich Nietzsche, a German philosopher, he said that will to power. So you need to have the will to stay in control of your you know, a trading psychology, and you'll make it happen. Okay, so let's look at now on let's see what's happening here. So from the 4 hour, yeah, that in fact has now massively dropped from the 1 hour. Okay, so there is a ultimately smoothly with this liquidity grab has dropped, and let me see. Yeah, gold is waiting for Powell's speech. Absolutely, I think it's not waiting, in fact it's dropping slowly. Good broker firm. Yes, Mahmoud, absolutely. Let me give you the link for regulated broker in Australia. Let me send you that. So this is the EverTrade link. So EverTrade is ASIC regulated. So if you're in here, so it's an ASIC regulated broker. I have given a link on the live chat, so you can click the link and then register for free and then start trading. So you can use that link right now and register. So they are ASIC regulated, 100% safe, and you can use that. Thanks for asking. So anyone you can use for your trading. So let me see. Okay, so there is a middleman here. 4 hour price already has made a considerable move. So it has broken the support level here on gold, exactly there, and I think it will come down to that zone here, very narrow. With the Powell's speech, we might see deepening further. So this green candle was a manipulation to the upside. It was a manipulation, okay? So that manipulation in fact has given gold the strength to drop towards the downside. Euro USD absolutely will so let's look at yes, Hugo, the broker works for MT5 as well. Absolutely, both MT5 and MT4 both you can use for both platform. So let's look at now on euro dollar. Let me look at that euro dollar. Okay, so looking at euro USD. Okay, so looking at the euro dollar, I will be looking at the daily. Okay, so euro dollar, you can see that if you look at this monthly on from the monthly perspective, euro dollar already, this is also, you know, predicted and expected exactly the price to break the previous monthly low. It has done that, and with that break on euro dollar, the price has created an overextended, and this is the monthly candle, which is still 12 days to go. And with that drop, what I think that euro dollar may continue to drop further. If we look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, the price already, with this big weekly candle this week so far has formed a kind of middleman, and the price already tested this level. You can see this is the was discussing yesterday's live session. This is a very, very important candle. This is the lowest point here, tested the highest point. So feel that imbalance, now had a bounce. Now next week we could see, even from now on, could see some upside for a pullback, for a liquidity grab. Now let's see 4 hour. We saw already a double bottom formation on euro dollar has broken to the upside. I think that the market might test this previous neckline of this resistance here as a support here on euro dollar. Now resistance turn support, we could see that euro dollar is moving towards the upside. So it is a crucial point here to look at on euro dollar. And yeah, I think that euro dollar might, this is a long-term bullish market, has come to a support level. So we could see euro dollar next later. This is the daily candle. The way I see the price action, there is still probability for another wave of drop. It will really depend on how the market is reacting to this level here. Okay, so this is the previous resistance level, which is turning support here. If we see that euro dollar has a long wick candle from the bottom here, in fact it needs a clear reversal, then only we will be buying. Otherwise this is still bearish. Okay, this is the key points to look at. As JC Livermore, he is a legendary trader, very, he has a book as well. I read his biography. There's a lot of knowledge to take from this kind of people. So he said that buy the market that is fully bullish, sell the market which is fully bearish. There is a huge message on that. So until euro dollar didn't reverse and started its uptrend, it is still bearish, because euro dollar, you can see this is a fully bearish market now. Okay, you can see. So for example, euro dollar here is a bearish, okay, very strong, because it's already established downtrend. So this is what I look at, that I try to sell the market that is established trend. For example, if I try to guess, okay, there is a double bottom, the price might test, the price might reverse, and I start to buy. That means that I'm buying in a downtrend until it test this previous resistance as a support, reverse, and then continue to create series of higher high. Then we know that, okay, the market reverse, okay, the market has started its uptrend, then we can look for buying. Otherwise it's still bearish. Okay, still probability for further drop, because it tested this 20 EMA, you can see, and from that zone the market is now turning towards the downside. Let's look at GBP, JPY, and all the JPY pairs, which is in fact if you look at this CHF JPY as well, all the JPY pairs looks very strongly bullish. See the GBP USD. Okay, so what I have learned from this price action on gold, this is the weekly candle. Okay, and we could see further drop on gold. Okay, and I think that even next week we could see gold dropping to that liquidity zone where there is a previous support here, also support here. I think gold very highly likely will test this weekly 20 EMA, will come down further, and then long wick candle might be created next week. So that means that still we could see gold is bearish, and then later we might see that gold again moving to the upside. So because you see, this is the monthly price action. This is what I was telling very long time ago as well, that gold from the monthly perspective triggered all-time high. This resistance is all-time high. Very highly likely that gold will break this low on the monthly, and it might come to this tummy of this big bullish candle. There is a huge liquidity here, and then we might see that gold again before the monthly close, we might see going up, or might create a long wick candle along this zone. So there is still, we see a very strong bearish price action. If you look at the weekly, we can see that the price, in fact, from the weekly perspective, is dropping. Now if you look at the daily, you can see gold has come to the daily support level, okay, daily opening and closing, and from here we might see another bounce to the upside, and then we could see that this drop might happening. So from the lower time frame, from this is the 4-hour candle which is closing in 15 minutes, and then next 1 hour later there is a Powell will speak, so that will make gold very volatile, and that could lead even gold to drop further. That, you know, during that Powell speak, we could see that gold might be very volatile, and it's unpredictable, could be, okay. That news is very unpredictable. So it basically, what it might do, it might just gather liquidity just going up and down. So I'll not be trading on that time period. So let's see what's happening here. Now you see that smart money zone that we discussed in the beginning of the session, the price exactly has come to that smart money area and then bounce. Okay, so with that bounce, the price has come to the daily support, might now go and break this daily high now, which is possible. Let's see how it is doing. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's going to the upside. I'm just thinking it could go. There is a probability, because daily, this is the daily opening and closing, and the price when does this is a very important level. We could see an immediate bounce, and then from that zone we might see that gold again coming, because the price tested this is smart money area, this important previous resistance and support. We could potentially see a bounce towards the upside. Let me see, guys. I think gold will still flash back to 1984, 64. Yeah, just relax. Yeah, we had early today gold trade. We closed with profit. You have seen that in our pre-London session, and I'm waiting for another one. So we had quite a few trades today. We had 2 gold trades, one we closed with profit, the other one immediately at entry. So this is the first one on gold that we have closed with profit. This one is a YouTube live trade as well, early today. So yeah, this one, yeah, that one. Okay, we had closed with profit in this live session, and also sent to the VIP students. If you want to trade with it, yesterday also we had quite a few trades. I'll be releasing all the results very soon on guys will get on the free Telegram channel. Make sure you stay connected. This week so far we had one trade didn't work out, but most of the gold trade has gone to the profit target. So if you want to learn our strategies and also trade with us, we are trading gold and all the instrument in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Also you can join us. There's a link in the description area, guys. Visit the website. Also you can find a link at the top of the chat. I would recommend you to join us to be part of the trading community. There's a VIP chat group where you will be able to interact with each other. All the trades that I'm opening, gold and all the instrument, mostly we send gold trades as well as all the instrument swing trades as well. You saw that AUD CAD yesterday that we have opened, we have given us 2.1% profit on that single trade. So yeah, many other trades, so you can learn all of them. Link in the description. Join us. I'll recommend you to join the lifetime access plan so that you can access all the tools that you have, and you will be there for lifetime, including this TF indicator that we are using to find the best trade possible in the market. Any question, let the live agent know. She is always there to help you any question that you have. So thank you. Gbpusd breaking the resistance on 4-hour time frame, chances of sudden. Yeah, we'll be looking at that. Gilbert Boss, trading with the trend and waiting for the right entry is the key profitable Forex trade. Yep. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, that's the key things here. Okay, you know, you don't have to wait a lot of time, you know, looking at the chart. See, there are many other trading style available. The key points here, once you imagine that, you know, when you are at school, what did you do? You sit down 6 hours, 8 hours in front of the teacher to learn, right? And once you learn, now you just need 1 minute to write a sentence, right? That's exactly. In the learning process, maybe you need to give a little time, but once you are master, once you learn, it takes half an hour every day. Okay, half an hour. This I did when now I give a lot of time because I have a lot of things to do. I'm a trading coach, I need to mentor. But in the time when I was a lone trader for a long time, I was profitable trader before I established the academy. So I had, you know, I spent literally 30 minutes, 40 minutes to set up the trade. So what did I do? Let me quickly tell you so that you guys can learn that way if you only want to trade. So this learning is very important, that I recommend everyone stay live in this YouTube live, because there's a lot of things that you'll learn from here, and I think that's a very, very good way to be a profitable. Now let's say you are trading alone, just, you know, as a swing trader or as a day trader, screen out the pairs that you want to trade and then quickly see which one is giving you the trading opportunity, and then set that trade, do the risk management, keep a big risk to reward or high probability. The key points here is the risk management, and then forget it. Better not to look at the trade, because once you do the risk management, if you look at the trade, you might, this happened to me, I might, you know, modify the trade, and later I saw that actually this could be a very good trade. But so the simplest way to do that, once you learn. So this is why trading, you know, I love trading, is because I don't need anything, just literally a phone or a laptop or a PC and very little capital, and then, you know, creating consistent profit from the market, which is very, very possible. So let's look at on so JPY appears moving very aggressively, including CHF JPY. Let me see the gold. So with that bounce, we might see the market might have some upside now. So there is a candle close coming on. Okay, we saw that US30 is closing, and US30, this current candle cross now the Paul will speak, otherwise you could open buy position on US30, but this is a little bit of risky now because in the next hour the market will be very volatile. But if after the next hour US30 managed to give us another liquidity gap from here, could be a very good bullish trade. Now US30, let me do a full analysis looking at the monthly. From the monthly perspective, this is a bull market. Okay, we see that US30 from the bigger picture perspective with this huge impulse followed by this consolidation, and the price has broken towards the downside here. Okay, has broken this important level of support, grabbed the liquidity, and has formed this bullish candle followed by another bullish on the monthly. Now this month we saw that the price has broken the high and then has come down to this level, so far created a long wick candle. And what I think that with that move we might see US30 again testing the monthly resistance. If we look at the weekly, the price has formed a lower, higher low along this weekly support, has formed this bullish candle, and I think that US30 might be moving to the upside. If we look at the daily, we can see that from the daily perspective, this is the daily bullish candle followed by a candle that has a long wick at the bottom here. Okay, and we saw that the market so far showing upside. Now there is one thing that I see probability today is for the price to come down again during this news, is because if you look at the daily, you see this candle, the market left an imbalance in that area. So the balancing approach will be if the price at least tests the lower part of this wick of this daily candle, at least 50% of this long wick candle, and then to move up. So from the lower time perspective you can see that, and I think during that news we might see that spike and then creating and this inverted head and shoulder balancing with this dynamic support and then moving to the upside to the resistance zone, so which is very possible. And the price action that I see on US30 in that zone is not that there is a liquidity grab from the support, but it's weaker response from the buyer, so there could be a bit downside and then moving to the upside. Okay, so let's see how it goes, guys. Let me know in the chat how you're doing. So gold creating a fake higher high on the 15-minute chart. Let me see. So from the 15-minute chart, see how it is doing here. I think there could be a break to the upside again on gold. on the candle close, or yeah, so looks like that from this smart money area, exactly from this previous resistance turn support. In the beginning we discussed that, and I think it will try to break here because there is a lot of liquidity in that zone, so it might go to hit that zone again, and then we might see that finally again coming down back. So let's see how it does. It might move up to grab liquidity. Let me see, depends on how this 15 minutes is showing. Yeah, very good, Mohanad. I had a lovely weekend. How are you? Thank you very much for asking. US30, absolutely. I hope you see live with fair speech. Yeah, we'll be, let's see. Can you please explain how do you decide TP1 and TP2? I will be looking at that. So can you take trade in AUD No, AUD will be looking dollar, looks very whole moving. Okay, so TP1 and TP2, there are many ways you can do that. So there are some platform will allow you to set two profit target at the same time. If you are not familiar with that, there are two ways you can do. One is you know, take, let's say you need to open 0.1 lot overall with 1%. Then the easiest way you can, let's say 0.05 lot you can open exact with stop loss here, tip entry here TP1, and the 0.05 lot you can open with same entry stop loss, maybe it could different or same entry with the TP2. So once it will hit that position TP1, at the moment you can bring the stop loss at entry and make the trade risk free, and the price will this is one way. The other way is if you can monitor the position, then if you don't have time to do that, then probably the 0.1 lot opening and then let the trade run to the position and then manually closing half position, let the half running, move the stop loss at entry. There are two ways can be done, but there are some platform maybe will allow you to set at the same time. It depends on where you are trading. Hopefully that you understood. Okay, so you see that, let me see how gold is trying to do here. It looks like that might break to the upside. it's crucially important to see actually how the price is forming here. So before Powell speak, gold might be very volatile. So if we see any stronger bullish candle, we might see that in the price action. We'll be able to see the possible candlestick pattern. Still grabbing liquidity from the top. This might consolidate here. So 4-hour candle just closed, and this candle on the intraday, this red candle is a bigger picture. 4-hour is a bearish candle. Okay, so this is a bearish candle, but as I mentioned that because Powell will speak, the price action might defy some logical movement, but this 5 minutes candle, at this point I think I'm not doing any comment because the price action is still, we might see some different kind of price action. Let's see how it does. Okay guys, in the meantime, make sure that you give a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So we see the price action from gold, this 5 minutes, this candle is still bearish. Let's see what it is trying to do. Okay guys, make sure you give a big thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Also stay tuned for tomorrow. Also will be releasing some content that will help you in your trading. We'll be releasing for free on YouTube, and if you subscribe and press that bell button, as soon as I will be releasing, you will be notified on that content, where I will be explaining how do I do the liquidity map in the chart. Okay, so make sure you keep on that. So you saw that there is a 5 minutes candle which is a bearish, and let's see. Okay, let me see what it is trying to do as news is coming. So from the 1 hour candle is a doji. Okay, this 1 hour candle is a doji, and that doji is a bearish candle. Okay, so from the 1 hour chart we see that there is a head and shoulder here. Okay, so this 1 hour, 1 hour also very important candlestick, price action timing as well. Now the question is, if we see this 1 hour is dropping, then we can see the price action. Okay, so after breaking all this high, can you see me, guys? Okay. So from intraday, we saw there's this candle is this 4-hour candle is a very strongly bearish. It has a long wick at the bottom, and also there is a healthy body. But as Paul will speak, let's see how it is being respected. It is dropping further, or it's going up for further liquidity grab. But if you look at the weekly bigger picture on gold, there is still chance to come down here. Okay, so let's see. In the meantime, let me see what others are doing. Just quickly looking at, guys, all of them. Can we see that all at DXY again pushing high, which leading gold to the downside. USDZAR, okay, it grabbed massive liquidity here and then started to move up. Now this is the monthly USDZAR. If you look at this chart here, this is now all-time high. Okay, now because the price reached an all-time high, what I think that USDZAR might have a unusual movement, and then we could see that reversal after I think this market might be going to hit that resistance zone from the monthly, which is in fact still there is a big move, possible to have a big move, breaking all this high, overextended, and then we could see that reversal. Now if you look at the weekly, the market opened with a gap and then moving to the upside. Today's weekend, I think that this market waiting for further movement to the upside. Now from the daily as well, the previous day, see this daily candle is a very important bullish candle. When you see in the middle of the trend, half body half wick, is a very very good look, very good high probability candlestick pattern. Why? Because this half wick is in fact a healthy candle, because the market has gone up, has come back down for a pullback, and now it will move another impulse. That's how the market moves. So USDZAR, we see that with this impulse, now the price is coming down for a pullback, and you can see that there is this zone here is a high liquidity area. Why this replayed that? Okay, so we see that this candle already grabbed liquidity multiple times from this area. This is our TF strategy, showing quite a lot here according to this strategy. Now we see that this current candle is moving towards the upside, and yeah, this is a typical bullish, but at the same time the price on the resistance zone, if you look at daily, already made a move to the upside. Still there is a probability to go up. Okay, so yeah, I think that next area could be this one here, the price testing this resistance as support, and then we could see that USD is going to the upside, going back to gold to see. Okay, so from the 1 hour, what we see that the market, this is the doji on the 1 hour as I mentioned, and this is the hour when there will be, Powell is coming to speak, and I see that possible bearish price action on gold, and I think that the market will drop. Gold market could be, but very volatile moment. We could see up and down, a lot of a liquidity gap, so it could go up and grab liquidity and drop, or it could even drop from here to create a new lower low. And this level here on gold is very, very important, 1950 level. If it breaks that zone, we might see again a rejection. So you see this 15 minutes candle is also bias is downside, so there is still probability for further drop. Not finding any impressive price action. So looking at GBP, JPY, and we saw that all the JPY pairs, including CHF-JPY, Euro-JPY, is coming down for a pullback now. They are bullish market. Let me leave the chat. Let's quickly. Okay, how about NASDAQ? Okay, so looking at NASDAQ, okay, NASDAQ, probably remember your yesterday's live session. This is what I was discussing, that NASDAQ has grabbed liquidity here. It could break this resistance. In fact, it has broken and has gone up well above. Now from the monthly, this is the monthly candle. NASDAQ has broken to the upside, and highly likely that it will continue to rise. Now if you look at the weekly, from the weekly perspective, what do you see? That NASDAQ currently above this, all this level. Now this is the weekly price action. I think that NASDAQ from the weekly perspective, still 2 weeks to go for this monthly candle. I think it might come down now for a pullback, but I'm not going to sell because it's a long-term bullish market. Anytime, even we could see again movement going to the upside. Is still bullish, but a probability, as this is weekend and Powell will speak, we might see some downside for liquidity grab, but it's an uptrend, is still maintaining series of higher high, okay, and higher low. So yeah, so no, NASDAQ, it is still bullish, so I will not be a seller, and at the same time I'll not be a buyer as well because it's at the top. So these are the always question that I ask when I trading. Let's say for example, I'm not going to buy at the top because it's at the top, and also I'm not going to sell at the bottom because it's at the top. See, I'm repeating. So let's say if I say that I'm not going to buy at the top because it's at the way I'm not going to buy at the top because it's at the top. I'm not going to sell at the top because it's at the top. The reason is buying at the top, that means you're buying very high price, and selling at the top means that you are selling against the trend. Then where is the, so this is the best way I explain is buying on the local breakdown and the selling on the local background. It's the best place that I find to find the best trade possible in the market. So let's see what it did. Gold. All right guys, I see that gold is a little bit in a sideways. You can see in that zone is because of the news coming up. We might see a little bit of sideways here. The reason is there will be a spike definitely, and that spike in fact will give a direction in the market. Okay, so with that said guys, I will still keep watching the chart. Due to the time limitation, I might need to end the session. I will still keep watching. If you want to learn the strategy and also trade with us, make sure you can join. Link in the description area, also link at the top of the chat. And also if you are looking for regulated broker, you can use EverTrade, link in the description area, and also there is a link was given in the chat. So I'll keep watching guys until the end of the New York session. Due to the time limit, I'm going to end this session. I hope that you guys enjoyed. We do open quite a few live trades as well, and I look forward to have some more. This is weekend. I'm sure that you guys also have a plan for the weekend. Make sure that you enjoy the rest of the weekend, and if you don't enjoy, also try to enjoy, and let us know in the live chat if you have any question about joining or anything like that. And thank you. I'll see you again tomorrow in premiere of liquidity map video coming up on the channel. Speech today, he's going to speak in an hour. Edward, yeah, what I think that Fed is going to speak is whatever he speaks, there will be a spike in the market. That's what the very, very important thing. And what Fed will speak will definitely give a direction in the market. Why? Because when FOMC or Powell speaks, the market grabs liquidity, and that liquidity in fact important to see which way the market grab the liquidity to see the overall direction in the market, because until the speech is finished we might not see how the candle will be closed. For example, on the 4 hour, if we see a candle like that, a doji here, okay, let me delete that. So we could see, let's say, a doji on gold here, and this current candle like that. That doji could mean a lot. Okay, so I will keep you updated guys. I'll post analysis a couple of hours later, so make sure that you give a thumbs up and also stay subscribed so that you don't miss out. And thank you. We'll be looking at tomorrow again with the weekly forex forecast and other videos, and next week we'll have more trades. This week we had quite a few live trades, so you have seen that, and thank you for being here. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay happy, stay well, and make sure guys you enjoy the weekend and also manage your risk when you are trading. I'll see you very soon. Thank you.